Stop scrolling. Right now, Jesus and Archangel Michael are standing over your name at this exact second, and if you swipe away, they will close the book. I'm not asking you to stay. I'm telling you, you have 10 seconds before heaven moves on to someone else. You feel that grip in your chest? That's not anxiety. That's them trying to hold you here. Don't you blink. Don't you scroll. This message will not come again. Some of you have been fighting the same devil on repeat, same betrayal, same broke, same sick, same alone, and you thought that was your life. No, it was a cycle. And I came here today to tell you one thing. It's done. Not it's going to be done. Not one day, my child. You'll be free. It's done already. Heaven closed the door behind you while you were still crawling through it. The fight you've been losing, it just lost its permission to touch you. The person who drained you, they just lost access. The sickness that kept coming back, it just hit a wall it can't climb. You will not go through that again because the door behind you is locked, and the door in front of you is swinging open right now. But here's what most people miss. The breakthrough happens in the spirit first, then it catches up in your life. That's why you're here. That's why you couldn't scroll past this. Your spirit already knows. In the next few minutes, I'm going to name the 3 signs that prove the cycle has snapped, and when you hear them, you're going to feel it in your bones. So stay with me, my beloved child. Stay close, because what I'm about to reveal, heaven doesn't say twice. Listen to me, my child. I'm about to describe your life like I've been sitting in your kitchen at 3 in the morning when you couldn't sleep. You've been strong so long you don't even remember what rest feels like. You lost people who mattered, and nobody gave you permission to stop. So you kept going, you kept functioning, you kept showing up. But inside, my beloved, you've been carrying graves. And the money. Oh, the money. It's not that you're lazy. It's not that you didn't work. You did. You gave. You sowed. But something kept eating your harvest before it reached your hands. Bills you didn't see coming. Expenses that made no sense. Help you gave that was never returned. You've been anxious about the body, haven't you? That pressure, that ache that comes and goes, the sleep that won't come or won't stay. You wake up tired, you go to bed worried. Your body's been talking to you, and you've been too afraid to listen. And the loneliness, my God, the loneliness. You smile for your family. You hold it together at the dinner table. You answer the phone like everything's fine. But when the door closes and it's just you and the silence, the weight comes back. The questions come back. The wondering if anyone really sees you anymore. Chosen one, let me tell you something. The fact that you're still here is not normal. It's evidence. Most people would have quit. Most people would have walked away, given up, cursed heaven, and called it a day. But you didn't. You held on even when holding on made no sense. You know why? Because heaven saw something in you that hell wanted to destroy. This wasn't random, my beloved child. It was targeted. That betrayal that blindsided you, sent. That financial hit right when you were about to breathe, timed. That sickness that kept circling back, assigned. You've been under a cycle, a spiritual assignment designed to break you before you broke it. But here's what they didn't know. You're not breakable. You bend. You cry. You get tired. But you don't break. And heaven's been watching every single moment. Every tear, recorded. Every silent prayer, heard. Every night you whispered, God, I can't take this anymore. Answered, not in your time. In His. And today, my child, today is the day the answer touches your life. I'm going to tell you in a moment the real reason this kept happening, and when you hear it, something inside you is going to snap into clarity. But you've got to stay with me. Don't scroll. Don't skip. Because what I'm about to say next is the key that unlocks everything. Listen to me, my child. That thing you went through, that betrayal, that sickness, that loss that kept circling back like a vulture, it wasn't random. It wasn't punishment. It was filtration. You hear me? Filtration. The enemy doesn't waste arrows on empty fields. He doesn't send storms to places that don't matter. He sent that trouble to you because heaven marked you and He saw it first. You weren't overlooked by God. You were set apart, and the devil hates that. So he assigned a pattern, a cycle, something repetitive, something exhausting, something designed to make you believe you were cursed when really you were being prepared. Look at Joseph. His own brothers threw him in a pit, sold him like cattle, lied about his death. He spent years in a prison for a crime he didn't commit. Years, my beloved. But Genesis 50:20 says it plain. What they meant for evil, God meant for good. Joseph didn't just survive, he was positioned. Positioned to save nations. Positioned to feed the very people who tried to bury him. That's you. Look at Job. The man lost everything. His health, his wealth, his children, his reputation. His own wife told him to curse God and die. But Job 42 tells us, God restored double. Double the flocks, double the fortune, double the blessing. Not because Job was perfect, but because he endured what was meant to destroy him. That's you. Look at Israel in the wilderness. 40 years of circling the same mountain, eating the same manna, staring at the same sand. It felt like punishment. It felt like they'd been forgotten, but that wilderness wasn't their home, it was their transition. God was training a generation of slaves to think like sons and daughters of a king. That's you, my child. What you've been calling bad timing, I'm calling divine order. What you've been calling too much pressure, I'm calling stretching for capacity. You couldn't carry what's coming with the old version of you. So heaven let that cycle press you, shape you, break off everything that couldn't enter the new season. And now listen close, because here's where it turns. Heaven issued a verdict. A verdict, not a suggestion, not a promise for later. A verdict that went into effect the moment you couldn't scroll past this message. The cycle that's been draining you? Denied. Access revoked. The person who's been using you? Their season with you just expired. The struggle that's been following you like a shadow? It just hit a wall of fire it can't cross. You don't have to fight it anymore. You don't have to beg God to break it. It's already broken. You're not in the wilderness anymore, my beloved child. You're standing at the edge of your promised land, and what's about to happen next, you won't even recognize your own life. Stay with me, because I'm about to show you the 3 signs that prove it's already done. Listen to me closely now, my beloved child. There are moments when God doesn't just comfort, He corrects. And this is one of those moments. You've been blamed for what you didn't break. You've been carrying shame for failures that weren't even yours. You've been made small by people who needed you weak so they could feel strong. And heaven saw it. Every single second of it. While you were wondering if God forgot your name, He was in the courtroom of eternity building a case. Not against you, for you. And today, the judge stood up. The gavel came down, and the verdict was read. Access revoked. That's what happened in the spirit realm while you were still trying to survive in the natural. The person who drained you? They just lost the ability to reach you like before. The cycle that kept pulling you back into the same pain, the same broke, the same betrayal, canceled. The delay that sat on your blessings like a stone, lifted. And peace, real peace, the kind that doesn't make sense to your circumstances assigned. You're not imagining this, my child. You've been feeling different lately, haven't you? A little quieter inside, a little less reactive, a little less desperate to explain yourself. That's not you getting tired. That's the atmosphere shifting around you. See, when heaven closes a door, it doesn't just lock it, it seals it. And when heaven opens a door, it doesn't creak, it swings wide, quietly, naturally, undeniably. Those who used you will not be able to use you anymore. Not because you got mean, not because you built walls, but because the access code changed in the spirit. Doors that mysteriously kept closing, they're starting to open now, one after another, so naturally you'll almost miss it. And here's the part that's going to make you smile. The same people who dismissed you are going to be confused by your calm. They're going to wonder why you're not fighting anymore. They're going to wonder why you're not explaining anymore. They're going to wonder why you look like you know something they don't. And you do. You know it's done. You know the case is closed. You know the judge ruled in your favor. And when God rules, no devil, no person, no economy, no sickness gets to overturn it. So breathe, my beloved. You're not crazy for feeling lighter when nothing's changed yet on the outside. That's how it works. Spirit first. Life catches up. The breakthrough already happened. Now you're just walking into the proof. And speaking of proof, let me tell you the 3 signs that confirm the cycle has snapped and you will never go through that again. Stay close now, because when you hear these, you're going to recognize yourself. Now listen close, my beloved child, because what I'm about to tell you isn't theory, it's receipt. Heaven doesn't just change your situation. Heaven leaves evidence. And if you've been walking through this shift, you've already felt it. You just didn't know what you were feeling. So let me name it for you. Sign number 1, the strange calm. You should be panicking right now. By all logic, you should be pacing the floor, chewing your nails, losing sleep over what's coming. But you're not. You're calmer than you've been in months, maybe years, and that scares you a little, doesn't it? Because you think maybe you've gone numb, maybe you've just given up, maybe you don't care anymore. No, my child, that's not numbness, that's coverage. When heaven closes a door behind you, it doesn't leave you exposed. It wraps you. It steadies you. It puts a supernatural stillness in your chest that the enemy can't break through. That calm you're feeling, that's the angels standing in formation around your life. You're not numb. You're covered. Sign number 2, the sudden disgust. You don't have the stomach for certain conversations anymore. Certain people, certain places, things you used to tolerate, toxic words, draining relationships, fake love, dressed up as loyalty. You can't even sit through it now. You feel it rising in your throat like bile, and maybe you're ashamed of that. Maybe you think you're becoming cold, harsh, unforgiving. Listen to me. You're not becoming cold. You're becoming clear. God is rewiring your discernment. He's sharpening your spirit so you can't be fooled twice. That disgust isn't hate, my child, it's wisdom. It's your soul rejecting what no longer serves your destiny. Don't apologize for it. That's the door locking behind you. You can't go back because your spirit won't let you. And sign number 3, the interruption. Plans got canceled. People vanished. Invitations stopped coming. Doors you were banging on suddenly slammed shut in your face. And you stood there thinking, why is everything falling apart? It wasn't falling apart, my beloved. It was falling away. That wasn't loss. That was protection. Heaven rerouted your path because what you were chasing was about to destroy you. The job that didn't call back? It would have drained your health. The relationship that ghosted you? It would have stolen your peace. The opportunity that slipped through your fingers? It was a trap dressed like a blessing. God didn't block you. He redirected you. And now the real door, the one with your name carved into it, is about to swing wide open. So if even one of these signs is you, if you felt that calm, if you've been rejecting what used to hook you, if plans fell apart and you didn't understand why, don't you dare ignore what I'm about to say next, because the instruction that follows is the key to stepping through. Stay with me. Listen to me, my beloved child. You're not just leaving something behind. You're entering something new. This is the never again season. And I need you to understand what that means, because it's not what you think. It doesn't mean you'll never have a hard day. It doesn't mean every bill will pay itself or every person will suddenly love you right. What it means is this: you will never again live on emotional fumes. Never again will you beg for basic respect from people who should have given it freely. Never again will you fear the phone call, the letter, the bill like it's a death sentence. Never again will you wake up wondering if today's the day it all falls apart, because my child, the foundation under you is no longer made of hope. It's made of covenant. God is moving you from survival to stewardship, from scraping by to being entrusted, from wondering if you matter to knowing you were chosen before the world was formed. You feel that shift already, don't you? That strange calm that showed up in the chaos. That sudden clarity in the middle of confusion. That's not luck. That's the new cycle kicking in. Joel 2:25 says, I will restore to you the years the locusts have eaten. Not might restore, will restore. And Philippians 4:19 promises, my God will supply every need of yours according to his riches in glory. Every need, not some, not the ones you earned. Every single one. But here's what breaks my heart. Some of you are standing at the door of this new season, and you're afraid to walk through. You're afraid it's too good to be true. You're afraid you'll mess it up. You're afraid the other shoe will drop. My child, listen close. The old cycle trained you to expect betrayal. The new cycle is training you to receive blessing. The old cycle made you small. The new cycle is making you whole. The old cycle kept you begging. The new cycle is teaching you to expect provision like a child expects breakfast, not because you earned it, but because you belong. Psalm 23 says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Not, I might not want, I shall not want. That's a promise, not a suggestion. You're entering a season where your needs are met before you panic, where your peace isn't conditional on circumstances, where your dignity isn't up for debate. This is the season where you stop apologizing for taking up space, where you stop shrinking to make others comfortable, where you stop carrying burdens that were never yours to carry. And I know some of you are thinking, but what if it happens again? What if I lose again? What if they hurt me again? My beloved, that door is locked, not by you, by heaven. The access they had, revoked. The cycle that kept looping, broken. The pattern that kept repeating, finished. You will not go through that again, because you are not that person anymore. The old you survived it. The new you is walking into something they can't even touch. So take a breath. Let it settle in your bones. You made it. You're here. You're alive. And the best part? You're about to see what you were actually built for. Stay with me. We're not done yet. Now, listen close, my child. Because this is where most people stumble, right at the finish line. Heaven just closed a chapter you've been bleeding in for years, but if you don't know how to walk through the new door, you'll keep standing at the old one, knocking on wood that's already rotted through. So let me give you 4 instructions. Simple, doable, sacred. Instruction number 1. Stop revisiting closed doors. Don't keep texting what God already released. Don't replay the argument in your head at 3 in the morning like it's a courtroom and you're still on trial. You're not. The verdict came in. You were vindicated. The gavel fell. Close the courtroom, beloved. That person who walked away, let them stay gone. That job that didn't work out, it wasn't your assignment. That betrayal that broke you, it taught you discernment, and now it's done. You don't owe the past another visit. Instruction number 2. Guard your mornings. I'm talking about the first 2 minutes after your eyes open, before the news, before the phone, before the worry floods back in like it always does. 2 minutes of stillness. And you say this out loud if you can. Lord, order my steps today. Psalm 37-23 says the steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and that includes you, my child. You are not drifting. You are being led. But you've got to tune in before the world tunes you out. Instruction number 3. Make one practical move. Faith is not denial. Faith is alignment. You want the new season? Then act like someone who believes it's coming. One call you've been avoiding. One budget check you've been too scared to face. One walk around the block because your body needs to move. One doctor appointment you've been putting off because you're afraid of what they'll say. Do it this week. Not next month. This week. Because heaven moves when you move, beloved. And right now, heaven is watching to see if you're serious. Instruction number 4. Bless without bleeding. You can love people without letting them drain you. You can pray for someone and still block their number. You can forgive and still set a boundary. Listen to me, forgiveness doesn't mean reopening the wound. It means you stopped waiting for them to apologize, and you gave it to God instead. Some people were only meant to be in your life for a chapter, not the whole book. Let them go with grace, and let yourself breathe. Now here's what I need you to do right now, my beloved child. Go down to the comments and type these exact words. My new season is here. Don't overthink it. Don't wait. Just type it. Because when you speak it, you're agreeing with heaven. And when you agree with heaven, the angels start moving on your behalf. And now I'm going to seal this with a blessing, so don't leave right at the altar. Stay with me one more moment. Because what I'm about to pray over you is going to break the last chain you didn't even know was still locked around your ankles. My beloved child, we've come to the place where heaven seals what's been spoken. So right now, right here, I'm going to pray over you, not a long prayer, not a religious prayer, but a prayer that locks this moment into your timeline. Father, let what is finished stay finished. Let peace take the seat where panic used to sit. Let provision find them, not with noise, but with precision. Let the door behind them stay locked, and the door ahead of them swing wide. In Jesus' name, Amen. Now listen to me closely. You feel different right now, don't you? That's not emotion. That's confirmation. Your spirit just shifted into a new frequency, and within the next 72 hours, God is going to confirm this with one specific kind of message, something you'll see, hear, or receive that will make you stop and say, "That's my sign." I'll talk about that next time, but right now, I need you to do something. If this message hit your spirit, if you felt that pull, that grip, that sudden knowing, type amen in the comments right now. Not for me, for you. Because when you mark the moment, you anchor the shift. And if you're ready to step into this new season with both feet, type these exact words. It's done, never again. Say it out loud if you have to. Let your spirit hear your voice, agree with heaven. Now, here's the thing most people miss. Breakthrough isn't a one-time download. It's a frequency you stay locked into. That's why I need you to subscribe and turn on those notifications, not because of some algorithm, not because I need numbers, but because consistency is protection. The enemy wants you to forget what you heard today. He wants you to go back to scrolling, back to doubting, back to that old cycle. But if you stay connected to this word, if you keep hearing truth spoken over your life, you stay covered. You stay aligned. You stay in the flow of what God is doing right now, not last year, not next year, but right now. Because here's what I know about you, chosen one. You didn't find this message by accident. You were led here. You were pulled here. Your name was whispered in heaven before you even picked up your phone today. And they said, "Get that one. They've suffered long enough. It's time." So don't you dare go back to believing you're forgotten. Don't you dare go back to that old story. The door is closed. The fight is over. The cycle is broken. And the next chapter, it's already written. You're just stepping into it now. Chosen one. Congratulations. It's done. You will never have to go through that again. Now walk forward like you believe it.